A South Korean lawmaker from the ruling Democratic Party is advocating a shake-up of the country's all-male draft requirement and proposing that all young citizens, men and women, should undergo several months of basic military training. Chery Kang has more on the implications of this. Chery.
Thank you very much, Chery. So one thing is that the South Korean population is shrinking. Remember, just last year, South Korea actually saw its population declining for the first time, and all this has to do with the birth rate that is coming in at the historic low for the country, below 1 at 0.84. And male population is shrinking naturally, and all male military in South Korea, this is a problem as well. And some estimates are saying that South Korea needs actually above a two birth rate in order to maintain the current level of a South Korean population, and that doesn't seem to be the forecasted trend from here on. And this is yet another reminder that South Korea is entering its presidential election campaign season, because this lawmaker who recently proposed this idea in his latest book, the Democratic Party lawmaker, who also has presidential hopes. And of course, we need to watch how the party's primary actually plays out. But he's also proposing selective military service on top of this idea for military service for women as well. And he's also saying that we need to raise the wage for South Korea's military servicemen as well. Remember, it was a big political win for the current president of South Korea when Jae-in proposed this idea of lowering the duration of the required military service for all South Korean men. And some say that that actually really worked to entice a lot of male votes in South Korea as well. And I think the last point that I want to make is that this is certainly shedding a lot of light on this duration itself in South Korea's military service. It's 18 months on average, with a few exceptions for, say, military doctors. That is actually extended to 3 years. So with this kind of longer, relatively long military service, it is certainly becoming a challenge, Christine, for a lot of South Korean men out there who are trying to build their careers at that certain age. So certainly leading to gender conflict as well.